Satoshi Saturday, number 72. What it's like to be and why you should be a Satoshi millionaire. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're going to talk about today. What is up, guys? It is Saturday, June 28th, 2025. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 903,125. TikTok next block. And as of this recording, the Bitcoin price today is about 107,200 and something as of this recording. But that's not the important part. The important part is for $1. For $1, you can get yourself 932 Satoshis. And yes, I said it. For $1. My goodness, guys, welcome back to another episode of Satoshi Saturday, the official Satoshi Saturday. I think I'm the only one who does this. And once again, in Las Vegas, it is a scorcher. It is hot. I was trying to do the video outside, but it's just too hot. And obviously, with my health concerns, I can't even think about doing that. It's just too hot, man. And so I had to step inside, and the show must go on. So, Satoshi Millionaire. I talk about that a lot on my channel. For those of you that don't know, my name is Jerry from Jerry Loves Freedom. I do a live show Monday through Friday, every single day, where I spin the wheel of Satoshi. And on that wheel, we will put your name on that wheel, and you will have the opportunity to, while you're watching the video, you can learn some things, but also you can earn some stuff, some Satoshis. Monday through Thursday, I put your name on the wheel. You get 100 Satoshis. And on Friday, Fat Sat Friday, it's double. You get 200 Satoshis when it lands on your name. So not only will you learn, but you will earn on my lives. And this is my Satoshi Saturday series. I do every Saturday since February 10th, I believe, 2024. And I've been on a consecutive streak, and I keep on going. And the reason why I make these videos is because Satoshis are so important, right? The marketing name, the name of this incredible technology, this money, is called Bitcoin. But it's not about the Bitcoin, guys. It's all about the Satoshis. And becoming a Satoshi millionaire in the future is going to be very, very difficult. Very difficult. Back in the days when Bitcoin first started, it was easy to have many, many Bitcoins. But today, pretty much, there's only a small percentage of the planet that can own 1 Bitcoin. It is busy in here, guys. Sorry. And it's $107,000, obviously, per Bitcoin. But to get 1 million Satoshis today, in late June of 2025, it'll cost you a little over $1,000. Now, is that a lot of money? It depends. You know, in the U.S., it's not that much money, but most people don't have. I think it's 54% of people don't have even $400 in the bank or something like that in savings. So I'm not saying it's an easy thing, but I'm saying it's going to be a lot harder in the future to get to 1 million Satoshis. My goal here is simple. I have 2 micro goals, on a micro level goals. Number 1 is get as many people as I can to 1 million Satoshis in cold storage, smash buy. I don't care how long you've been in Bitcoin, quote unquote, you need to get to 1 million Satoshis. That's number 1. And then number 2, right after that, study Bitcoin for 100 hours and understand and learn what you have, because it's important. Now, those are my 2 micro level goals. Macro level is to make sure the United States government starts a whole new system and gets every single Fiat digital dollar backed by a Satoshi. And that seems like a far-fetched thing, but trust me, Satoshis are going to be very, very important in the future, and there's not that many in the big picture in comparison to how many people there are in the world. And trust me, they're going to have to move the decimal point back one day, because these Satoshis are going to be more rare than people can even imagine. And that's my goal, right? To everybody become a Satoshi millionaire. Now, why is a millionaire so important? Well, number 1 is it's a million, right? How to want to be a millionaire, how to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire dollars. Go ahead, sorry. I want to have $1 million. The lottery is millions and all this other stuff. A million just in the U.S., I don't know about anybody else, but the U.S. is a big, big deal. And if you own 1 million Satoshis today, you'll be in rare air, ladies and gentlemen. There is a website called bitcoinsperperson.com. And on that website, it will show you how many Bitcoins have been mined so far, and then it divided by how many people there are in the world. And if you get your fair share of that, if everything was divided evenly, which it's not, and I'll get to that in a second, you can own about 245,000 Satoshis, which is about 1/4 of a million, give or take a few Satoshis, right? But that's not true, right? You don't even need that much because, again, there are a lot of people that have, I'm talking about individuals, that own 52% of the network of the Bitcoin, 11 million Bitcoin, something like that. A lot of people have a lot more than 1 million Satoshis. So a lot of people are not going to even be able to get 240-something thousand Satoshis because, again, it's not fairly distributed. Also, you got MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor's company, that own 500-something thousand, almost 600-something thousand Bitcoin on its own. One company. Governments own it. Billionaires, millionaires, there's all kind of people own it. So again, it's not coming to fruition yet, and people don't realize because it's quote-unquote cheap to get 200-something thousand Satoshis, which is 200-something bucks today. But trust and believe, in the future, it's going to be a lot more difficult. But even more difficult to get will be 1 million Satoshis, and you will be a millionaire. In my estimation, according to my math, it will be more rare in the future to be a Satoshi millionaire than a US dollar millionaire. Now, why do I say that? Well, just what I just told you about the fair distribution of Satoshi millionaires. There's about 13 million or so different addresses with 1 million Satoshis or more. But again, a lot of people own a lot more addresses than that. But let's just go with that number. Let's just say everybody only owns one address. But again, we know we don't. Most of you guys have more than one address with 1 million Satoshis or more. That's 13 million millionaires. And in comparison to the millionaires in America or in the world, there's roughly between 58 million millionaires and 70-something millionaires. It depends on what site you look at. That's the low end, 58 million. The high I've ever seen is 77 million. But again, let's just say there's a lot of undocumented millionaires out there that have a lot more millions than people know, and they're not documented. So again, I think it's going to be, and those people are rich people, right? All those people that have $1 million net worth or more are doing very, very well. You will be more rare than those people. Here's another thing. Dollars are being printed left and right, okay? Dollars are not scarce. If I gave you $1 million right now, if I gave you $1 million, I'd ask you a couple questions. Number one is, what percentage of the money supply do you own? If I gave you $1 million cash, you have no idea. What do I mean by that? Out of all the dollars that are in the world, what percent of that money supply all around the world do you own with your little million US dollars? You have no idea. They're printing literally millions and millions of dollars every single day. Every day. Right? How many are going to print in the future? We don't know. They're going to print more and more and more, which means it's going to debase and make the $1 million that you just got less valuable, correct? So again, what percentage of the money supply do you own? How much are they going to print in the future? This, that, and third. Now you take Satoshis. If I gave you 1 million Satoshis today, now obviously I know 1 million Satoshis today, purchasing power today, late June 2025, is not even close to $1 million US dollars. I get that, but in the future that's going to change, and here's why. If I ask you right now, what percent of the money supply do you own with 1 million Satoshis? Well, all you got to do is take the 2.1 quadrillion Satoshis there are, and again, there's not that many left. There's not that many available, trust me, because a lot of them are lost. 1 million of them haven't been mined yet, and a lot of people own them and not moving, okay? So it's not that much, but let's just take that number. You can just put that in your calculator, do the math, and you'll say, okay, well, that's the percentage of the money supply do I own. Okay, now you know that at the worst case scenario. Now you ask yourself, well, what's the stock to flow? What's the money supply that's going to be coming in the future? Well, we know that because it's documented and it's already programmed. There's 450 Bitcoin being mined every single day 24 hours a day, roughly, because there's about 144 blocks that come out, because it's supposed to come out every 10 minutes. 60 minutes in an hour, about 6 times an hour, times 24 is 144. You take 144, how many blocks have been mined a day, and you take the block subsidy right now in Epoch 5, since the last halving, that's 3.125 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, times that by 144, and voila, you got 450 Bitcoin. So you know that, roughly around that, right? Give or take the speed of the miners mining the Bitcoin. So you know that it's a fixed supply coming out every roughly 10 minutes. It's only going to be 3.125. So when you look at what you have, you know the percentage of the money supply that's even coming out now, and you're like, wow, and you can keep buying too. And speaking of that, I buy the best way. I use Strike, Jack Mahler's company, and I buy every hour on the hour. I do, and they have a setup you can do that, a setting that you can buy every hour on the hour. Now, if you use my link down below, here's what you'll get. 2 things. One is you'll get your first $500 of fees waived. You won't have to pay any fees. That's number 1. But number 2, after the first week of your buying and you set a DCA, a dollar cost average, on the 8th day, you will get no DCA fees at all. It'll be free DCA, and you can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. So again, when the blocks come out and I see the block subsidy of 3.125, I'm getting my piece of the network, man. I just am. So being a millionaire, being a Satoshi millionaire, again, 4x the times that the 244 fairly distributed, again, it's not fairly distributed, you're gonna have 4x the purchasing power of people. My guess, guys, to be honest with you, if we had to fairly distribute it now based on the lost coins, the hodlers that are not selling, no matter what, the companies, nation states, governments, big companies, MicroStrategy and the like, I'd say it'd be on the low end, everybody can get about 5,000 sats, to the high end about 15,000 sats. So let me just put that base layer out there. So now that you know that, and do the math on it, guys. This is why it's important in the future to become a Satoshi millionaire, because every 4 years, your purchasing power of these Satoshis that you have are going to go up exponentially, man. And I'm telling you, it ain't about the dollars, it's about the purchasing power. Now, what is it like to be a Satoshi millionaire? Now, I must say, I am a Satoshi millionaire, barely, okay? I'm barely over that, right? I do have 1 million Satoshis. What's it like? It feels good. It gives you a different mindset. When you know that you have a piece of a finite pie, you know you have a percentage of something that everything in the world is going to be priced in. That gives you a different kind of swagger, man. You know what I'm saying? And this man right here, Satoshi Nakamoto, he created this incredible technology, man, that's just like, wow, man. And when you know it and you got the million sats in cold storage and you're walking around here and you know that no matter what the ups and downs are of the world, the broken system and everything, your mind is just ironclad. It makes you feel like you're like Iron Man or Superman or something, right? It also, what it does for me and what it's like for me to be a Satoshi millionaire is it gives me confidence. You know, it's confidence that my family's gonna be okay. My friends are gonna be okay. You know, it does. And it also is the best savings account I've ever had. When I used to have a regular checking account and a savings account, I would dip in that savings account. You guys know how it is, because they're usually connected. You'd have your little savings or your mattress, your dollars under your mattress, or even if you had it in a safe or whatever. If something happened, you'd break it open, okay? Now, I'm not saying I can't break open my Satoshi, but again, there's layers to, a couple of layers that you gotta go through to say, do I really need this thing? Or this emergency, can I do something else? And it's just the greatest savings account of all time. What it also does for me, and what it's like to be a Satoshi millionaire, I control thy spending. I just don't spend on nonsense anymore, man. I just don't, because I know when I price it in these dollars, it'll seem like, oh, it's only $4 or $5 or whatever. But when you price it in Satoshis, like, wait a minute, that's 3,500, 4,500 sats for that. So I say, you know what, let me put that down go to my Strike app. I was gonna spend this quote unquote money anyways, and I'll just smash buy. And that's what it's done for me, and that's what it's taught me. It's taught me the real value of real money. Also what it's done for me, now me personally, I have a YouTube channel like I said, and it makes me more of a giver, right? I have my Speed wallet, and by the way, Speed wallet is a very good wallet, guys. If you want a really good custodial wallet, I think it is, you just hold, they hold it for you or whatever. It's a really nice, you just keep a few sats on there, not a lot, but it's a very, very good interface, very fast, good wallet, man. Use my link below, and you can get yourself 500 sats just for using my link and downloading the Speed wallet. I use it all the time. I just got my haircut, and every time I get my haircut, I pay them in fiat for the haircut, but I tip them in sats. And I tip everyone in sats. And if they want a tip from me, they're gonna get Satoshis. Period, in the story. And when you're tipping somebody, because I tip them $10. I had to tip them 9,300 Satoshis or whatever it is today. That's probably one of the least amount I've given them, because when I used to give them $10 a year or two ago, when Bitcoin was 50,000, I had to give them 20,000 sats, right? But when you're giving somebody thousands of units of something and it doesn't even bother you, I mean, that gives you that extra oomph, or that extra confidence or power. It makes you feel like, I'm rich. I can give somebody thousands of something of units. You know what I mean? Now, again, I do spend and replace. As soon as I do that, I put the dollars into Strike, and then I buy the amount of sats that I spend. I always do that, spend and replace. Another thing it does for me personally is, again, like I said, I have a YouTube channel. I give away Satoshis, right? Now, in my personal life, I do give away Satoshis. When I have them sign up with the Speed wallet or something like that, and I give them Satoshis, I give people 100 Satoshis, 200 Satoshis. I mean, if somebody's a millionaire in real life and they see a homeless person and they hand them a $100 bill for a millionaire now, a fiat millionaire, that's not gonna really hurt them. Now, for me personally, I'm not a fiat millionaire, so if I gave somebody $100, that would hurt me, right? It might hurt you too, I'm guessing. But if you have a million Satoshis and you give somebody 100 sats, that's not that bad. It's not gonna hurt you that much. And it makes you feel good. And not only are you giving them 100 units of the hardest money in the world, but you're helping them. You're giving them something, they're not spending it now, but you're making them aware of something that maybe they didn't know. Because a lot of people think Bitcoin is 100-something thousand and they can't afford it. No. It's all about the Satoshis, and that's what I teach them. But again, with my YouTube channel, I give out Satoshis, and I've given out a lot of Satoshis on my channel. Yesterday in particular, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Paul the GOAT. He gave me a really big donation. Paul, I love you. Letha gave me one too, I just saw. Ian, of course, all you guys that donate to the channel, I really, really appreciate you. And if you do want to help the channel, if I'm giving you some, because I'm self-funded here, by the way. If you do like what I'm doing, the best thing you can do on the rich man's plan, if you are a Satoshi Millionaire, you can click down below and you can, zap me some sats if you like, only if you like. jerrylovesfreedom at speed.app, or use my Strike app down there, my Strike wallet. But the poor man's plan, you can just share the video, and that'll help, and that'll bring other people that may zap some stuff and watch it or whatever. But I got some big donations yesterday. But what I did was I gave out a lot of Satoshis yesterday on my channel. Again, I'm not saying this to brag or nothing like this, but I think I'm the only one that does this, man. I give out a lot of sats every week, okay? But the only way I can do that, obviously people are donating to me, and thank you so much. But if I wasn't a Satoshi Millionaire, I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I just couldn't do it. But it makes you be a giver because you know what's going on. You know what the purchasing power is going to be in the future. And it makes you live a life of abundance. You know what I mean? That's what it's done for me so far. And it's allowed me to try to help change as many people's lives as I can. And a lot of people have told me that I've done that, and I appreciate them saying that. But being a Satoshi Millionaire is great. It feels good. And it just gives you the ability to help others. Now, why should you be a millionaire? For all the reasons I just said, obviously. But get your piece of the finite pie, man. Get your piece. If you're new here and you don't have a million sats, here's my suggestion. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But here's what I will say. Sell something in the house or something like that that's not going to hurt you. I'm not telling you to take away any of your bills or anything like that. But I would take, if I was me personally, I would take my investment portfolio, whatever I have, not my net worth, just my investment portfolio / savings. So let's say you had, it's hard to sell a real estate investment property, so I'm not going to say that, but let's just say you had a stock portfolio or something, or, you know, and then you had like $1,000 in savings or whatever. I would just take all that, put 1%, take the number, put 1% of that, excuse me, is smashed by Satoshis, right? Either get up to 1 million Satoshis or 1% of all that stuff, whichever number's higher, okay? But if you don't have stuff like that and you just got stuff around the house, trust me, if you look hard enough, you got over $1,000 in crap around your house. Believe me, if you had to look for it, you will. You could. And if you understood and know what the value of these Satoshis are going to be in the future, hopefully this video helped you understand that, because again, it is the most rarest finite asset in the world, not just money, asset in the world, and it's not even close. Everything in the world is going to be priced in Satoshis, whether you understand that or not. So get to 1 million Satoshis as quickly as possible and put it into cold storage, because I'm telling you right now, your family in the future, because you're the only one that can do this right now, your family in the future is going to wonder, why didn't you buy Bitcoin? Are you going to tell them, well, I never heard of it, I didn't trust it, I didn't do the work, this, that, and the third? Listen, the United States government has the most Bitcoin out of all countries. Donald Trump, the United States president, launched a strategic Bitcoin reserve, not a crypto reserve, a strategic Bitcoin reserve, where he put it on a balance sheet where it's nothing but Bitcoin on there. And then him, his cabinet, Senator Loomis, and a few other senators around the country are putting a Bitcoin Act together so that not only can we keep the Bitcoin, but they can buy more in the future. And that is coming. And when that comes, guys, let's just say you're not going to be able to get 1 million Satoshis for 1,000 something bucks. Look at this, guys. This is absolutely gorgeous. Another reason you should get 1 million Satoshis, you'll be living like this. Palm trees, warm weather, pools, jacuzzi, saunas, beautiful people. Yeah. And beautiful weather.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Excuse me, thank you. It's not all about being rich, it's about securing your family's future. And that's what will happen if you get to 1 million Satoshis. So act today, please. Please, please, please act today and make sure you prioritize this, man. Because I'm telling you, every single year I'm going to be talking about this. About a year and a half ago in 2023, I made a video, how to be a millionaire. Bitcoin's price was $26,000. It cost 260 something bucks to get 1 million Satoshis. Today, the same 1 million Satoshis costs 1,000 something bucks. 4x than it did a year and a half ago. What do you think it's going to cost you in 2 years, 4 years, 6 years? It's still the same. The million is still the same. It's just going to be more rare because people are finding out about it and they're going to buy more and more and more. And if you don't buy them, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you'll be left behind. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, this world that we're living in today, this fiat broken money system is evil. And there's only one way to fix it, guys, and you know what it is. We're working from the outside of the system to break it, get inside of it and break it from within. And we have to do that. And we have to do it one Satoshi millionaire at a time. Become a Satoshi millionaire today and prioritize it. I'm telling you, man. Because one day, when I was talking about those prices with US dollars, there's gonna be one day you're not gonna be able to buy Satoshis with US cuck bucks. You're just not gonna do it. You got the deal of a lifetime today. You can get 932 Satoshis for $1 today. It should be the opposite if everybody knew what this was. It should be $932 for 1 Satoshis if people really understood this, but they don't. And that's why you have the opportunity today. People are going to work for this. They're not going to be able to buy it. They have to trade their value, goods, services, and work for it in the future. And you can get hundreds of them, almost 1,000 of them for $1 today. You're the only one in your family can do this right now, okay? And I'm really gonna put an urgency on this. You are the only one today, when this thing started, January 3rd, 2009, where you're at on the timeline today, 16 and almost a half years in, you're in an incredible situation. You're in a paradigm shift, whether you know it or not. And you need to recognize that. And I'm telling you, because you're the person that's in this position, you didn't ask for it, you're just here. Your family, if you act right and you do what you're supposed to do, get to 1 million Satoshis and more, your family in the future is going to build statues of you. I promise you that. So since you know that, and you know it's the hardest money in the world, and it's the only thing that's gonna break the system, stop inflation, and keep your family financially secure for generations to come, please, Lord, let these people hear me. Do you and your family a favor and stack Satoshis today, guys, so that you and your family don't have to work for those exact same Satoshis tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.